Hello and a very good evening. Welcome to the channel. It's 5 o'clock and we are live for the next 4 hours on Train Sim World 6. And firstly, just a big thank you to all the brand new subscribers that have joined in over the last week. And thank you, of course, as always, to our existing subscribers as well. And a good evening already to Oscar and to Amazed Taze as well. Hope you are both well this evening, and let's get underway. Here's the titles. Well, the nights really are starting to draw in now, aren't they? The clocks have gone back, but it does mean that we are going to be basically dark now as we start things going for the next 4 hours. Good evening to FPS Gamer and to Waggy Tail Steve as well, and to Dude. I think I have the branding patch, yes, on the 350. Yes, I've got that in now. And good evening to Brian as well. Yeah, so yeah, glad you could all join us, and always nice to get off to a good start. So tonight we have in store, we're going to do a Pendolino run to begin with, from Crewe to New Street, and then we're going to do a 323 service going the other way. And we have a 220 going up to Crewe, and we have a Class 87 rail tour as well. Ah, excellent, Oscar. Yes, I remember you saying, thinking about it, you've been to Newbury. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it and have been enjoying it. So let's get the game loaded up. So I very much enjoyed doing the live stream on Thursday, but it was all very, very frenetic and busy, and it was a little bit of a panic just getting it all in and loaded in. And so I'm going to enjoy driving it a bit more tonight because I had a bit more time to have a look at it. I mean, it really is an excellent route, I have to say. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually, Amazed Taze. Let me just do that, actually, if I can find it. Yes, we now have Discord available for the first time. Yeah, good evening, Rachel. Hope you are well too. Yeah, we've got an 87 run a bit later on if you happen to be here in time for that. I'm just trying to get the right thing in. Perhaps I'm better off doing it actually from Discord and then copying it over. Uh, I can't figure out how to do it, mate. I forgot now. I copied it. I was trying to copy the link off my YouTube link, but it's doing all sorts of stuff. Hang on, let's just do it like that. Copy. There we go. Yeah, I believe so, or at least I think we're going to get kind of an early patch to sort out some of the main things, I think, initially. So we're doing a 390 390 and it is 9 mic 52, and it's the 1158. Which I think, if I remember rightly, is... wait a minute. Was it 9? Have I gone wrong with my coding again? Oh, that's it. Yeah, 9 mic 52. That's where I said, didn't I? I said 58 then, didn't I? 9 mic 52. The 1158. And we are Edinburgh to London Euston. Oh, excellent, dude. I'll be totally honest. It's slightly beyond me, but hopefully we'll get there, and hopefully it'll be of some use. But yeah, dude, I think we've definitely got some sort of patch coming out in the coming week, and then I think there's going to be a more detailed patch to come quite soon as well. Good evening, Scooby, by the way. Yeah, hope you are well. Yeah, definitely, Rachel. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well myself. The 86 one seems slightly bugged at the moment. I think there's some issue with the 86 on the Just Trains West Coast main line over Shatrooper. But I think apparently you have to take the 31 out for it to operate properly. Yeah, that's true, actually. Dude, I don't know when the November roadmap actually is. But it's probably... Is it going to be... It's not going to be this week, is it? It's going to be the following week, isn't it? Right, let's get the Pendolino set up. To put some the lights on. There we go. AWS we need to get sorted, and everything else, all the vigilance. Let's get the doors open. Which you off at 12:02. So sadly we won't have any announcements on this, but hopefully that's something that can be put in in a patch quite soon. All right, excellent FPS gaming. Yeah, I think it said something like that, didn't it? I've kind of forgotten exactly, but you do feel as though all the board studios working hard and they want to make sure it gets fixed. But what an amazing job they've done, I think. I have to say, first of all, it really is a route of real quality. And I've loved every moment of it since I've studied it and realised just what detail we have in it as well. Right, you're still struggling, are you, Scooby, with it? It's yeah, it's annoying. Well, hopefully they will get all that stuff sorted out. Oh, absolutely, yeah. And it's just amazing what they've achieved. And I mean, I think they started this out at the beginning of the year. In January, and in 9 months, and it's kind of like every section is challenging. Crewe is incredibly busy, Stafford's busy, Wolverhampton's busy, Birmingham New Street's busy, and you know, it's sort of, it's no easy route to start off with. I think, I don't think it's anything major. I believe it's something strange. Just Trains have mentioned this because it's their product, the 86, and it's something weird along the lines of it's conflicting with the 31. So apparently, if you go over to Preston Carlisle and West Coast Main Line over Shap, you're not seeing all the 86 services. Apparently the scenarios work, but not the timetable mode. And we understand is if you take, well, they said if you take the class 31, uninstall that, and then the services all pop back in. But obviously that's just a little bug to begin with. But I'm sure they'll get that sorted. All right, excellent, Oscar. Oh, it'd help if I closed the doors, wouldn't it? Yeah, it should be a heck of a lot of freight traffic, and I mean, if you start a service off in Basford Hall, it's really quiet, but I can kind of understand why they haven't put loads of static stuff. But perhaps perhaps that's something else that they need to add in a bit more to the timetable. I did notice though, I did do a little trial run, and it looked as though it. I saw a 32 container freight. That I was briefly pulling out of Basford Hall Yard, so at least they've made the effort to put that in. I do think maybe they perhaps released it a bit too quick. And there's been some mention in the forums about the fact that they just weren't able to test it on consoles, and it's kind of something they said they need to work with dovetail games on in the future, perhaps with further releases to try and make the transition a bit better. Yeah, which is, I think, really, I mean, we've become used to it with Josh's West Coast Main Line South 2019 timetable, but I think this is the first time that it's ever been done officially, isn't it? The a full container freight. Which I think is amazing, really. So I won't keep zooming out to all these locations now now that we've done them. But really, really impressed by the work they've put in. It's absolutely incredible. Excellent, Mace Tage, yeah. I must confess, I did try out that service you mentioned with the British Transport Police one, but I haven't had masses of time really to give it a proper run out yet. But it is really, really good. I feel a bit guilty that I'm not doing another run on that tonight, but kind of thought tonight we need to clear the decks and do a full run on this, really. Good evening, Kane. Hope you're well. Fair enough, Scooby. Fair enough. Yeah, that was really, that's what I was trying to convey that I'd read. Yeah, I mean, I didn't realise that until this week. I mean, it's things like that that I think it might have been nicer, and I don't blame All Aboard Studios at all. I think it's you know, down to DTG really, but it'd be nice if we could get a bit more honesty and transparency about these things. These bridges as well, all along the way, are so detailed, and it's absolutely brilliantly done. Oh, sorry to hear that, Kane. Oh, that's very sad news. I mean, I know they become such a part of the family, don't they? So yeah, sorry to hear that. Oh. Well, I'm sure he's had the benefit of your love and your care over time. Good evening, Lee. Hope you're well. Yeah, it's the age-old argument, isn't it, about you know, not biting the hand that feeds you. So do at least have the opportunity of being you know, totally honest when playing stuff. I mean, some of the things I think with Thursday was a little bit of a gut reaction from me, a tad, because it's sort of not everything. Sometimes doesn't always go to plan. It's not always the game's fault, or at least not the route's fault. I'd kind of forgotten that the save facility is slightly not always 100% perfect. So that explains why I had to delete all those trains on that first run, because essentially it bugged out the timetable. Yeah, sorry, Kane. That's not nice. Good evening, Luke. Yeah, excellent, Amaze Taze. Yeah. But I think the All Aboard Studios team have done a absolutely incredible job. I noticed Vern was mentioning some comment about this part of Staffordshire is rather flat and boring, and he says it's not like the West Highlands, but I can agree on that. But you know, it is what it is. But I just love the fact that we could do a really fast run like this down to Stafford and then on to Wolverhampton, and then you have that amazing industrial section between Wolverhampton and Birmingham New Street. Good evening, Lady Fury, as well. I haven't got any socks on at the moment, Luke. Yeah, totally agree, Amaze Taze. And, you know, it's partly because this is a route that's really local to me and I know really well. But it's just got so much variety and interest and excitement and busyness. I mean, I'm desperate now that somehow we just have to get Alan Thompson's route extended from Alderley Edge into Crewe, because suddenly then we've got Manchester Piccadilly to Birmingham New Street, which would be incredible. I'm alright with Doritos, Luke. I can take it or leave it, really. Yeah, I think the key thing really, Lee, is, and again, you know, I'm no console expert, but I'd say find some videos on YouTube of somebody playing the route on the Xbox, and then you can kind of, preferably 2 or 3, and then you can make your decision from there on, and just keep an eye on the patches that are coming out. But I'd probably say, I mean, it's obviously completely up to you, but I'd probably say hang on until they sort out some of the problems. I've heard of LaserJet, Luke. I saw something about that on the forums. Yeah, somebody, I can't remember who they mentioned. This is Norton Bridge that we're in the area of. Of course, there used to be a station here. I think the platforms are still in place. But yeah, I know what you mean, Scooby. That is the problem. When you don't have any real competition, then there is always the possibility of being slightly lazy with certain stuff. I mean, I don't think it would have done any harm at all to have waited a couple of weeks and sorted everything out. And I don't see there was a mad dash to get this released. I mean, the only thing... Oh, there's a bit of good tilting going on there. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, lady. Lady Fury. Well, I'm sure this stuff will get sorted out. I mean, the only thing I can think of about them being desperate to release it is because I presume the build-up to Crewe to Preston from Just Trains is not going to be massively far away. So perhaps they want to make sure that fits into the schedule, because that was down as being in the first 3 months of release and the roadmap. So you kind of assume, I mean, some people are saying it won't come out till January, but I would think it'll probably come out. I would think it'd probably come out in November, but I could be wrong, of course. Yeah, I think that's the problem, Mace Tage, yeah. Good evening, Peter, yeah. Yes, indeed, yeah. Yeah, it's great fun to drive on. And we've got a Class 87 for you a bit later on as well, just to, so that it's not all your sort of rod hole stuff. Because we're non-stop actually through Stafford. We're not stopping at Stafford. Yeah, I always feel as though Christmas is a time when I'd love there to be something new just immediately before Christmas, but it always ends up being quite a while off, really. Just have a check on this. Yeah, we are it's approach control, isn't it? So this is to take us onto the Birmingham lines, because we are effectively on the up fast line at the moment, aren't we? We'd be carrying on towards Rugeley, Trent Valley, and on towards Rugby on the main line. Yeah, there is Lady Fury. Yeah, again, I presume that might be released before Christmas. I think I was working it out earlier on, but assuming the Crewe Preston line comes out before the end of the year, then it means that we'll have had 6 releases of routes over the course of the year for the UK. So it kind of averages out about once every 2 months, although generally it's sort of over a period. I remember a couple of routes coming out, like Cardiff City Network and Mildmay Line, North London Line, within a few weeks of each other. Ah, right, fantastic, Peter. Yeah, Yeah, that's great. I must admit, I'm talking about Steam as well. I mean, we are Stafford, by the way.
Platform 4, over 1240.
There's something slightly weird going on with the announcements at Stafford, because if you go to the outside view for a couple of miles onwards through the bridges, you still keep getting announcements. Oh, excellent, Dominic. Yeah, hope you're well. Yeah, it's a lovely route, and I hope for the console users they get stuff sorted out properly. We need to get on-train announcements done for at least for the Pendolino as well. I think the excuse was made that it's because it's it's another piece of DLC, but it's perfectly possible. And Alan Thompson Simulation have already done it on the Pendolino on their route. It works there. Yes, it's slightly bought the announcement system, and for some reason at Crewe, I think it is in place, but you don't hear it all over. It's that it needs a bit of tinkering with there as well. Yeah, I think the pacer for Cardiff City network comes with a kind of a new timetable as well, doesn't it? And it'll never be my favourite route, Cardiff City network, but I still enjoy enjoy something different, I guess. Good evening, unwind and relax your mental health. Yes, indeed, unwind. Yeah, it's very much feels like it's into winter now, isn't it? With now that we've got the night time setting in. The 323 run actually that we're coming up next, I'm going to do in the summer because it's like early evening. I thought rather than doing it in the dark. Good evening, Tim, as well. Hope you're well. Right. Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, of course, because the you've got kind of like I don't know how you describe them or what they're called, but the original doors are like the sort of folding something like couple of times on each side, and it kind of folds in like a bit of like a concertina, but the newer ones are just effectively like double doors, aren't they? I think something along those lines. Yeah, all fine, thank you. Yes, indeed, unwind. Yeah, it's certainly is. I think we had a bit of a frost here in North Staffordshire this morning. It's interesting as well, this stretch, by the way, that you can do 125 in the Voyager as well, and it's not a mistake. This is Penkridge that we're about to come through. I was always strangely disappointed with the Alan Thompson simulation routes on this. The fact that we hadn't got the church or the marketplace in, for Penkridge, and they've done it very nicely here. Yeah, of course, it's very much, although the 142 was a bit more sophisticated, it essentially was a Leyland National Bus body, wasn't it? Yes, indeed, Lee. Yeah. Although nowadays, what does that entail in this world of smartphones? Then once we get to Wolverhampton, it's going to be very, very different. We're up and down, and the speed limits are and sort of, yeah, it's very undulated as well. I have to say, I always think that, I mean, not everybody likes the clocks going back this time of the year, but I actually enjoy it. It gives me a bit of a boost because I feel as though I get that benefit of kind of starting the day a bit later. So I've really felt today, it wasn't like an extra hour in bed, it was just the fact that I've had an extra hour in the day to get things organised. Yeah, it was an interesting idea, wasn't it? And it all stemmed, Lady Fury, from basically British Rail were very, very tightly reined in what they could spend their money on, and they desperately wanted to replace the first generation DMUs in the early 1980s, but the government wasn't keen on them spending money, so they came up with this idea of working with Leyland about producing a bus on wheels, and as you say, very rough riding because there was no bogies. So I mean, it was a disaster on when they were operated in Cornwall. Oh yes, I think you're right. I think you're right, Brian. I mean, usually that's me with a typo with the train description, but I think it was 9M52. So we might check on that when we finish at the end. You might find that's just me that's typed it in wrong. No, I haven't looked at this, Ron, but I presume we've got a long wait at Wolverhampton when we get there. I think so, in these days, yeah. I think I need to go to the opticians, actually, and my 6s and my 8s are my big problem. Yeah, absolutely right. And I think the Sprinters really were the first kind of proper DMUs to come in, and they really were very successful. There you go, mateys, yeah. Yeah, it is a funny time of the year, and you know, it's much prefer spring, but I do get a little boost, personally speaking, just this 1 hour, just being slightly more. I mean, I find this last week quite difficult because, you know, you're like really tired in the mornings. It's really dark, so it's nice that you get a slight improvement for the next week. Ah, right, excellent, Peter. Right. Yeah, I thought you were going to say it was some sort of Polish steam engine. I thought, or Italian maybe. It does sound like something you could buy in an Italian restaurant, doesn't it? A Polti Vaporetto. I might try and ask for one of them. See if they understand what I mean. I was very bad there actually because I wasn't really massively concentrated on the signals, so I'm just thankful that was actually a single yellow and not a red. This is a section I absolutely love. And by the way, it takes a bit of finding, but Molyneux's ground, Wolverhampton Wanderers, is on the game, although it is a little bit distant. I had to do a bit of jibbery pokery to get the camera over to there, but it kind of wasn't necessary really, because it's not really noticeable from the train line, but incredible that they've included it. Oh, there you go then, Peter. Yeah, there you are. So I'm not as daft as I sound. Never been to Venice. And okay, wrong country, but you know what I mean. Yes, I do, FPS gamer, and I still struggle with them though, really. But yes, I have installed it, and they've there was obviously one that was released originally for Train Sim World 6, but this one.
Coventry, Milton Keynes Central, and London Euston. The next train to arrive at platform 5 will be the 12:32 West Midlands Railway service to Wolverhampton, calling at Wolverhampton only. Platform 5 for the 12:32 West Midlands.
We just need to get it in so that it says this train terminates here, don't we?
Platform 3 for
That's platform 3. That's 2, isn't it? Or no, that's 2 down there, isn't it? That's platform 5. So presumably that's Nice that we've got... Okay, there's no overhead equipment, but we do have the tram lines in place, and that's a huge multi-storey car park. And again, I love the fact that there you've got actually cars parked within it. I mean, it feels like that wasn't definitely necessary, but it's very nicely done. Yeah, well, I should be all right, I think, with the DRA and Y. That's why I put it into neutral. So I'm kind of hoping on that, but we should be okay with in neutral. I'm hoping. What's this then? The Edinburgh service. So this is kind of going the opposite way to the one we're doing. Sometimes the announcements seem to get in the way of each other a little bit.
London North Western Railway service to Crewe. The train at platform 3 is the 12:36 West Midlands Railway service to Birmingham New Street, calling at Sandwell and Dudley and Birmingham New Street. Will passengers intending to travel on this service please join the train now, as it is ready to leave. Platform 3 for the
So is this platform 3?
West Midlands.
Here we go, yeah. Yeah, certainly. I don't know actually. I've got a feeling we might be stopping at Sandwell and Dudley. Oscar.
Oxenholme Lake District, Carlisle, Haymarket, and will passengers intending to travel on this service please join the train now, as it is ready to leave. Platform 1 for the 12:37 Avanti West Coast service 2, which is ready to leave.
Yeah, there's one or two glitches as well with the announcements where it'll say the announcement and then miss out where it's actually going to. But I don't mind this wait, and okay, we've got another 7 minutes before we depart, but
The next train to arrive at platform 3 will be the 12:42 cross-country service to Bournemouth, calling at Wolverhampton, Birmingham New Street, Birmingham International, Coventry, Leamington Spa, Banbury, Oxford, Reading, Basingstoke, Winchester, Southampton Airport Parkway, Southampton Central, Brockenhurst, and Bournemouth. Platform 3 for the 12:42 cross-country service to Bournemouth.
so that's interesting. That's actually got the road ahead of us, hasn't it? So that's due out at 12:42. So that's coming in now. Yeah, no worries, FPS Gamer. Good evening, Andrew. Hope you are well. But I just love this sort of situation. I mean, in some ways, Wolverhampton's a better station than New Street in terms of flying around because of the fact that you're not undercover as much. And there's just stuff coming in absolutely all the time. So this is quite exciting stuff. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Hope you're well. Yeah, that's great, Amaze Tage. Yeah, and that's something that hopefully we can get the hang of with this. And oh, what did I do there? This is just incredible, isn't it? All this stuff coming in and out. I mean, this isn't even rush hour. Yeah, sadly, in the 2025 timetable now, there aren't any services that actually go from Birmingham New Street through to Crewe via Stoke. It's a Crewe to Stafford service now. Yes, indeed, Andrew. Yeah, and that's always interesting. So this is due off 12:42. We are obviously out 12:45. So, and I think I presume I can still do this from here. Yeah, we're stopping at Samwell and Dudley as well before we get to Birmingham New Street. Good evening, Josh. Hope you're well. Yeah, we're just in that little lull at the moment, just savouring how busy Birmingham, Wolverhampton is. We've got that few-minute wait, so this Bournemouth train here is due out at 12:42. Then we're at the Pendolino on the right. We're due out at 12:45. There's been such a lot of trains coming through in the few minutes. Thank you very much, Josh. Yeah, much appreciated. I did enjoy putting that together. It took up... Well, I finished it off yesterday. It took up most of yesterday, really. But yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, just delighted by the level of detail. Really, it's absolutely incredible. So hopefully we'll be due off quite soon, 12:45. Yes, I know what you mean, Peter. Yeah, I can remember that well. And I've driven to... I've been to the Bournemouth Air Show quite a few times over the years, and we were lucky enough to... We stopped to the hotel with a balcony, so we were looking out over the air show. So I had some lovely times at Bournemouth, and I love the place. But I know exactly where you mean. You get that view, and I always think Bournemouth Station looks quite similar to Stoke-on-Trent. Right. Yeah, it does take a bit of getting the hang of, Josh. I'm sure there's a possibility of me doing a spad just yet. Oh, we've got a Transport for Wales, one of Peter's favourite trains coming in as well, the 150. Oh yes, of course, sorry, I misunderstand you. I know what you mean, yeah. There's been a lot of talk about that, hasn't there? I think All Aboard Studios have said they didn't realise that the AIs could spad. So I think that's something that they're looking at correcting. Oh, brilliant, Peter. Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, me and my brother went. We went about 2 or 3 years running, but we were blessed with the most beautiful weather, and we had some lovely times. Right, so we can lock our doors, and then hopefully we will get the right of way pretty soon. Yeah, there we go. We've got green. Yeah, that's good. Oh yes, put it in neutral so as I didn't get caught out with the DRA, and then of course what do? I forget to put it into forward mode. I mean, this section itself is a work of art in its own right. Ah, fantastic, Lee. Ah, brilliant, Peter. Yeah, no, that's very interesting to know. And I don't know whether we'll sneak a glimpse at it, but the thumbnail that I use, we've got a bridge just beyond here, but you have AABS scrawled on with graffiti on the bridge, which I thought was absolutely incredible. The Voyagers waited at a signal to gain access to the platform. So we're going over the canal. Yes, indeed, there wasn't there, Andrew? Yeah, Wolverhampton lower level. Yeah, here you go. There's the graffiti, and I love the fact that they've actually included the sign as well, with the height limit for the bridges going under, which I thought is amazing. Yeah, I mean, I'm not old enough to remember Wolverhampton lower level, but I think there was a time when the platforms and a lot of the stuff down there used to be essentially still in situ but disused for many years. Oh, excellent. Yeah, well, you can walk across water, you know, anybody can do that. I can't remember actually. I'm a 390 Andrew. So probably the easiest way of telling you is I'll do an outside view for you in a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 car. There we go. And I think we said the other day, didn't we? But I think Johannes of Incredible Trains has worked on this section between Wolverhampton and Birmingham New Street. Just hoping, like I said before, fingers crossed that he's still been able to get the Willesden Junction to Richmond done. So we mustn't forget as well that we are stopping at Samwell and Dudley. Speed control should come in a bit handy here. Right, okay, yeah, that'll be interesting. Yeah, that'll be week after next, won't it? So not this coming week. So it's kind of ticking really what we hope will be coming out for the rest of the year. We hopefully just trains with the Crewe Preston. We've got the, as somebody said about the 142 Pacer and the Cardiff City Network pack, also from Just Trains. Maybe the Nuclear pack. I mean, are we going to get the Great Western Express remaster out before Christmas? Be nice if we could. And there's also the HST pack, isn't there? The Grub Dog Games thing. Oh yes, I heard something about that. Yeah. Oh yes, of course. That's another thing, isn't it? Ooh, I'm speeding here. Yeah. Yeah, we've got their 805 coming out as well, haven't we? But yeah, what's going to be their surprise? I thought you know Amaze Taze. Or are you sworn to secrecy? Yeah, just to say again, Josh, thanks very much for the that Cross City Line timetable mod early access for me and Amaze Taze. And sorry I haven't got the chance to play tonight, but we will revisit that. And yeah, enjoying that very much. Oh, absolutely, Amaze Taze. I must admit, that thought has crossed my mind. Somebody has got to do it, haven't they? They really have. I mean, it wouldn't be, for me, it wouldn't be the end of the world if somehow they could send it up to Wilmslow, because at least then you've got two routes in a slightly different way. So I can't imagine they're going to do themselves the route up to Manchester Piccadilly, but if they could get this route up to going to get stuck with this 60 again, aren't I, unless I'm quick. No, we're all right. Seems as though there's quite a lot of track going south from New Street as well. They've got it in as far as Aston, although I think there's no scenery. I mean, it'd be lovely to get the route down the back of the Birmingham really as well included. And you know, if we had the line to Walsall and Bescott and join it up to Bushbury Junction, that'd be nice at some point. No, it's a pleasure to drive it actually, Josh. It's just, as always with these things, it's just, there's so much going on, and I thought tonight, well, really need to kind of focus on this for tonight's stream. But yeah, it's really, really good. And I know everybody that watched it last week commented that they were very much enjoying it as well. Yes, that's the British Transport Police one, isn't it? A Mace Tase. It seemed to me as though it was there, but it was behind our service at New Street. Yeah, well, lots of people queuing up for that, Lee, I think. I know Scooby, for one, is desperate that we get King's Cross to Peterborough in. Oh, excellent, dude. Well, yeah, you can't ignore your takeaway, that's for sure. I was trying to get you to. Here we go. This is the M5. I noticed what I did discover as well. I forgot to. Perhaps if we're doing a stopping service at Penkridge, but the M6 is nearby, and they've got all the accurate signs in there as well. I've done it again. They've actually got the speed boards up there, and for average speed and all that sort of stuff, and they got signs for the M6 toll and all sorts, which I thought was very good. Good evening, Leo. Yeah, hope you're well. I'm not sure actually. I've got a suspicion they probably don't work in scenario planner, but I don't know. It's interesting that it seems as though the announcements are kind of linked to the train. So, for example, the 350s on Josh's new timetable bring in the announcements, which is really good to see. I'm hoping as well that they, DTG that is, roll out the announcements a bit more widespread amongst some of the older stock. It seems as though it's perfectly doable. I mean, this run into New Street itself is absolutely incredible, I think, in terms of the detail. It's quite nice to drive the Pendolino as well. You're certainly feeling the tilt on this route as you're coming around this section. That's Smethwick Galton Bridge, isn't it? With its overhead section as well, with the route down to Moore Street and Kidderminster, I think it is. Ah, brilliant, Josh. Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I mean, you know, with these things, it's no biggie. Yes, indeed, Lee. Although I think it's quite well known, but she said she was on a train going down to Euston when she had all these ideas about Harry Potter, and it was Euston that she got in her mind, but I think, thank goodness that she kind of got mixed up and decided it was King's Cross, because it looks slightly more exciting visually than Euston would have done. I mean, ironically, I always think at King's Cross it should have been 8 3/4, really, shouldn't it? Yeah, definitely right. Yeah, and I think I mean, we've said it so often, haven't we? But King's Cross Peterborough would be marvellous, and there's so many other possibilities as well with routes. It'd be nice to have the Great Eastern Main Line. It'd be nice to see a route out of Waterloo. I'd love to see a route out of Charing Cross. Yeah, I've never stopped at a hotel in Birmingham, actually, as it goes. There was a time, you know, I can remember a time when Smethwick Galton Bridge didn't exist, so you still had the line there in the junction, but there was no station. Shame we haven't got any neutral sections on this route, but I can understand why, in a way, that they don't work, because DTG haven't really implemented neutral sections on all the trains, so just Trains put it in for their routes, but they very specifically made sure that their 86 and 87s could handle the neutral sections. Good evening, Fab Lab. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of people have mentioned about the 221. I mean, you can't help thinking, would it be that difficult for them to do a 221? Perhaps we'll get it eventually. I mean, it's, for me personally, it's not top of the tree, because we already have the 220, and so it's pretty similar. I like it, Peter. Oh, you're on form again. Actually, we must get some brakes on, try and make sure we're 10 mile an hour into New Street, just to make sure it catches you out. We're on a downhill section as well, so you kind of need to be going slightly below 10, because it's desperately trying to make sure you speed. Yeah, Nottingham. I think we definitely need a 156, and we certainly have somebody who would very much love a 156 to be brought in, and that's Andrew. I can see the North Wales coast coming in at some point, because it's kind of one of those routes that gets asked by people an awful lot. I mean, my two penneth on there is, I think, probably more likely to be Llandudno rather than going anywhere further, but that'd still be a nice run. Yeah, I think a 7:30 would be right up there, and you know, we could have the use on the Cross City as well, couldn't we? So it's a chance maybe for them to upgrade that, put the announcements in, and that would be very well used. It'd be useful on this route. It'd be useful on West Coast Main Line South as well. I hope too that we are going to get joined up as well, and if we get sort of Birmingham New Street to Milton Keynes Central at some point, then that'll be quite handy, or even Stafford to Milton Keynes, then we could start doing some really good through runs.
Service to London Euston, calling at Birmingham International, Coventry, Milton Keynes Central, and London Euston. The train is platform 2, 13, 10, and 11 West Coast Service to London Euston, calling at Birmingham International, Coventry, Milton Keynes Central, and London Euston. For passengers intending to travel on the service, please join the train now.
Oh, that was fabulous. Really enjoyed that. And it's interesting how the path in there, because the Voyager was allowed out in front of us, but we had the extra stop at Samwell and Dudley, so we were never actually held up in any way, shape or form by it. Right, quick note of the score, 16.092. And I haven't seen what... excellent, Brian. Yeah. I beat you there then, Brian. Yeah, 16.092 for me. But yeah, well played, and thanks for joining in. That was pretty close, actually, wasn't it? So yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. It's good to do these runs simultaneously. Yeah, I agree with you there, Peter. Yeah, Conway Castle is incredible, actually. I'm not going to try and pronounce Lanfair Feckin, I think, but I'm never quite sure about Penmenoir. Yeah, I agree with you, Fab Lab. That would be great, wouldn't it? And, you know, sort of carry on the journey, different route, without having to set the safety systems up. That would be great. Our interesting electric blues. Yeah, 15998 earlier. Oh, well done, Amaze Taze. So he's beaten us all. What, 1-0? But I was pretty pleased with that run, actually. I think there was one point when I was speeding, so 32.5 points that cost me. And where are we? 8. Yeah, that was, yeah. But yeah, well played anyway. There was obviously one or two other things I was very, very slightly off, but a close run. Yeah, absolutely, Amazed Tage, yeah. So, yeah, that was good. Yes, indeed, Andrew. I can't quite manage that one. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, well done, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for playing. That makes all the difference. I think it's good fun, and I'm really glad that people are joining in on these runs now. Yeah, there's so many options, isn't there? I mean, you know, there's options out of Crewe as well with the Shrewsbury line as well, or the line to Stoke. But I do want something that joins up though as well, so would be good to get, yeah, either the Trent Valley or Birmingham New Street. I mean, Birmingham New Street to Milton Keynes would be quite good because of having things like Birmingham International and Coventry as well included. Ah, okay, Electric Blues. Well, I have remembered to switch the train faults off, so we're not going to get the doors going wrong on me as continuously. So just a very, very quick advert break. I'm going to do it in July, I think, Mate Tays. But yeah, just very quickly, time for a very quick advert break. There we go. I wish it had given me some sort of indication. I think it's great being able to insert adverts in, and hopefully it's not too distracting by being in the, you know, sort of the middle of the route or in the middle of after the journey. But I wished it had given me some sort of indication when it's finished. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Nottingham to Grantham would fit in nicely. Fab Lab. I can't remember that I said hello to you, by the way, but yeah, thanks for joining us. Ah, excellent. You're going to have to record on the video. I can't remember. I know you said your mum, I think, could say pronounce it, but you're going to have to record on one of your videos some sort of you actually reciting that. That would be great. Ah, brilliant. Yeah, thanks very much, Josh. That's really appreciated. And I think the good thing is, I mean, you know, there's plenty of stuff that DTG are bringing out, but it's also good with the sort of stuff that you were doing and all the wonderful people that create these mods, and it just kind of bridges the gap because you're getting new stuff coming out from DTG every couple of months in terms of routes, but there's so much else going on as well. It's in me channel description on YouTube, Fab, but it's a pretty old computer now, actually, very old, in fact, 5 years old. Yes, indeed, Andrew. Yeah, that would be quite interesting. So yeah, so 323 we're going into now. So we're going to change to July, and then it was the, what did I say? I forgot which one I said now. The 1837, wasn't it? 2 Whiskey 50, I think. So it's a chance to kind of do a stopping service up to Wolverhampton. But I always think, Josh, the thing is, I do the easy bit. You know, I drive the trains in these streams and we talk about it and make videos and stuff. But it's people like yourself who put all sorts of hard work in, actually actually building. Ah, right, interesting, Fab Lab. Good evening, Wild Style Radio. Oh, that's a good name. I like that. Bought the Birmingham to Crewe route. I went into the store in Train Simulator, saying I own it, but I can't see the route it's installed, but says it's not compatible. Ah, right, okay. What device are you driving it on? Right, let's get this thing set up. Yeah, I presume that Voyager's coming in. Words aren't necessary, are they? Oh, hang on, let's open the doors. Right, I'll have a look at Maysays. Is it something I need to have a read of when we get to Wolverhampton? I'll have a look at that. Lots of people getting off the train at this point. Yeah, I think the 730s would be a very interesting addition. Ah, right. Well, it's a bit silly that they actually allow you to buy the route, even though the console isn't compatible. And I think the problem is, and this has been talked about a lot, but it's such a demanding route that you are getting to the stage where the sort of the lower sort of the older consoles just can't handle it. It's just an impossibility, I think. Ah, right, yeah, I'll do it. I'll try to do it when we get to Smethwick Galton Bridge, Amaze Days. Yeah, I think it's a fairly new concept, this is, but this is a route that is kind of really, really demanding. I think that's the problem, Wild Style Radio. And I think the problem is that even the higher end consoles are struggling to operate this route at the moment, so you can kind of understand it in a way. I'm just amazed that it actually still allows you to buy it. You know, but presumably there's nothing it's not capable of checking the compatibility with the device. I think the problem really is ultimately it's a game that is kind of built for the PC, and it only really works properly on a PC, and it's kind of increasingly getting worse and worse like that. But obviously, and I appreciate there's an absolutely huge amount of people that drive it on console. Right, I see a Maze Tage, yeah. Yeah, it's a pity that, but... And I feel for people because I know that the fact is it doesn't matter what device you've got, you want to play this fabulous route, and it's kind of a bit frustrating to be told your device can't cope with it, but I think that's the problem. You look at the detail that's here, and you've just seen all the trains in and around Birmingham New Street, and you kind of understand that you just can't you can't expect an older console to run the game. Very good, Peter. Were you once an English teacher or something? Very good. I like that. Grammar Nazi. Very good expression. So we're stopping at Smethwick Roll Street first of all. So when we get there, I'll kind of come into escape mode, and I'll put that Discord link in again. Getting the lovely golden sunshine as well in the early evening. And we are seeing the route at its best, and none of this Matt Pendleton oh, it looks better driving it in the fog rubbish. I'll never understand that idea, I really don't. Yeah, no, that's the trouble, Fab Lab, and you know, I'm also conscious of that too. That I think we're getting. Oh, I'm breaking way too early here, aren't I? I'm kind of conscious that my computer's old, and the fact is that there will get to a point really soon where I can't operate a route. Of course, the moment that happens, then it's like, right, well, that's it. I need to try and get a new PC. The only bonus I might have here is if there's no timetable checking on how late or early we are, then it might not be too bad. Brilliant, sir. Brilliant, Peter. I like it. I never even checked. Are we with short formation, aren't we? But we're not a 6 car, are we? I mean, look at the detail here as well. First time I've stopped at Smethwick Rolfe Street, but you just saw the artwork there. That was absolutely incredible. Right, let's just quickly, whilst I'm here, get this Discord link in. There we go, that's the Discord link in. I have opened the doors, haven't I think? I mean, just look at that. Look at the detail there. That's amazing. Needless to say, we have something coming through non-stop as well. A couple of diggers going on there. That's my world. I love even the fact that the road going over is busy, and even the kind of those markers there as well. Wow, look at this old building as well for the station entrance. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, definitely. I'll get that in. I've literally only installed it today, so it's still all fairly new for me. But hopefully it'd be a good thing for you to add stuff in, and also, you know, if you want to put in bits and bobs as you choose, that'd be great. Yeah, it's a bit better than this thing with you know, Cardiff City Network springs to mind. I mean, the concourse at Cardiff Station is again absolutely incredible, and it wasn't put in, and I think Matt said on the stream, that would be a lot of work, that would, to get that done. Oh right, I've just heard a mate say, "Oh, that's a nuisance." Yeah, the game crashed on you, did it? That's very annoying. I'm very easily impressed, Peter. I love these old buildings like this.
For the 1847 West Midlands Railway service to Wolverhampton, calling at Sandwell and Dudley, Dudley Port, Tipton, Coasley and Wolverhampton.
So hopefully, it'd be nice if we could get the announcements put in for this as well inside the train, because they managed it. Alan Thompson simulation managed with the Manchester Airport commuter route. So this is the overhead line. Sadly, we've got no trains coming through, unfortunately. Would have been nice if they could have at least stuck the 158 to come through or something. Yeah, it's going to add some more detail. Hey up, we've got a Voyager coming through. It's going to add a lot more interest for the West Coast Main Line South route. You're probably right, Peter, actually. I do love some of these old station buildings that you know, I've seen. I'm thinking Amsterdam Central, for instance, is quite interesting. Excellent FPS gamer. Yeah, we'll have a look, Fab Lab, when we get to the end of the journey. I think the texture quality I've got on Ultra, I think, and the sky I've got on medium. I think some things are on high, some things are on medium, but we'll have a look when we when we get to Wolverhampton. Good evening, Terry. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I agree with you. It's I've not had loads of problems with it. I mean, I had a few teething problems on Thursday, but most of it was just simply because I saved the game and then come out of it, and that caused the timetable. But that's nothing to do with the game. That's just a kind of a glitch with the save facility, really. But it's a brilliant game. Actually, we need to get slightly towards the other end of the platform, don't we?
Platform 2 for the 1849 West Midlands Railway service to Wolverhampton, calling at Dudleyport, Tipton, Cosley and Wolverhampton.
We had a thing on the
train at platform 2 is the 1849 West Midlands Railway service to Wolverhampton, calling at Tipton, Cosley and Wolverhampton. For passengers intending to travel on this service, please join the train now, as it is ready to leave.
Yeah, the train's in classic.
Platform 2 for the 1849 West Midlands Railway service to Wolverhampton, which is ready to leave. The next train to arrive at platform 1 will be the 1856 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston, calling at Sandwell and Denton, Birmingham New Street.
Yeah, so all I was going to say was on Train Sim Classic there was a bit of a joke about the size of the British Rail logo on Birmingham International because it was kind of out of shape, but that one looks pretty good. Good evening, King. Hope you are well. Yeah, I mean, that's what you always feel. I mean, I've never been to Milan, Peter, but you know, you think of places like St Pancras, and you know, basically it is a cathedral, isn't it? In all but name. It's incredible, really. It's good evening, Kate. That's a mod I've got installed. I thought I'd actually uninstalled it, to be honest, because the only slight issue I was getting the other day was it seems to be running about repeatedly, but it's a mod in, I can't remember for definite. There's one in Creators Club. Good evening, Zachary. Hope you're well. There's some great reskins in Creators Club. So we've got both the Pride livery Pendolino, and we've also got the climate change one as well. And Sandwell and Dudley there was one of the more recently opened stations. I'm saying that, I think it was the 80s, and I've probably mentioned this before, but I remember it being a report on the local news here in the Midlands, on sort of Central News and Midlands Today. But the very first train that ran through Sandwell and Dudley, the driver hadn't read his notes and had kind of forgotten that he needed to stop there, so he went through the tape across the track, so everybody was there out with the cameras and recording, and it flew straight through. Excellent, Zachary. Wow, you on holiday? Wow. Oh, that sounds incredible. I'm well jealous of that. Well, hope you have an amazing time, Zachary, and hope you're having a lovely holiday. That sounds absolutely incredible. Holiday of a lifetime, I would say. This is Dudley Port. And again, you've got the canal, you've got the detail on the bridge there, again, exceptional. And, you know, there, I mean, that could have been a generic building, but, okay, you've got kind of one of the bog standard shops there, but it just feels good. And you've got those bike stands down there, and this kind of walkway car park up to here. Even that, it's, you know, it's fairly basic, because, you know, it's like almost looks like a porter cabin, but very, very well done. Yeah, I did slightly, Zachary. Yeah. Not for the first time, and it won't be the last time either, I'm sure of that. I like it, Peter. Very good. Yeah, I do find it quite tricky, these stopping runs, when it's kind of all stations, and this is my excuse anyway. But, you know, sort of trying to read the chat and trying to come in. But you're also, to maintain anything like the timetable, you've got to kind of get up some speed, but judge exactly the right place to start braking. I think I should look a bit more visually, really, because I think the moment you start seeing the station coming into being, then yeah, that works actually. I should kind of take a bit more notice of what I'm doing. And then they're fairly short platforms, but we should be a little bit more accurate here. So again, what's going on around here? We've got a big car park. Don't remember seeing those houses before in the game either. So you kind of got the canal path and everything going on there. Love to see plenty of traffic about as well. All right, fantastic, Zachary. Does your dad like the trains as well? Good evening, Merseyrail. Train Simulator Classic. Much easier name to call you now. Ah, sounds good, Peter. Yeah, of course. Sort of been working. I never get the chance to do anything as extensive as that, but I do like to try and get out on the trains when I've got some time off. I'd love to go on the sleeper again, but might have to wait till next year probably. Must try out an 805 at some point as well, because I've not ridden behind them now, and I know there might be issues over the quality of the seats. But he was certainly amazed, Tage. Yeah, Oscar was definitely he definitely was. I think he's disappeared at the moment. I think Scooby caught him out. He said that he was watching, I think it was Tintin or something, and he says, "You're calling yourself something different then." Yeah, it's lovely, the sleeper. I'd love to see the sleeper represented in the game. I mean, it's a bit of a maybe. It's not massively playable, but it would still be nice to have it in. Yeah, he was on earlier on anyway, Amazed Taze. Oh, excellent, Josh. Yeah, I've done Euston to Inverness, and I've done it Caledonian Sleeper. I think I've done. Let me think. 3 times, I think. Twice to Fort William, once to Inverness, but only once with the new Mark 5 stop. But I've never ever done it other than from Euston. So it'd be interesting to do that southbound. Oh, crikey, Peter, that's slightly on the expensive side. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Well, yeah, have a great time, Josh, when you go on that. Have you been on it before? I know my sister was very well. She's wanted to go on the sleeper for years, and after I'd done it a couple of times, she did finally get the. I think she went Euston Fort William, but she stayed awake all night, and I sort of said, I can't do that. I'm usually asleep way before I get to Crewe, after a nice meal and a few glasses of wine. I mean, I think there are some parts of the sleeper that you could just about get away with operating in, you know, at the very height of summer in the train game. It would be daylight. Haha, yes indeed, King. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice though. It's a lovely feeling though to be knowing that you're on a train. I always think when I'm going northbound anyway, thinking, well, when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to be in the Scottish Highlands, and you kind of have to balance the cost of that because you have got effectively you've got a hotel room for the night as well as the train trip to Scotland. So it's a really wonderful experience. I mean, back in the sort of the 1980s, there used to be sleepers galore, and you got sleeper services out of King's Cross as well. But nowadays we're restricted to the 2 in this country. So the Caledonian Sleeper. Okay, I know you've got the the Lowlander and the Highlander and all that stuff, but the Caledonian Sleeper, and then the one out of Paddington down to Penzance, the Night Riviera. I thought the food was absolutely lovely, dude. I enjoyed I mean, the breakfast gets thrown in with the price as well. The breakfast is nice. If you want the full experience for breakfast, then you have to go along to the club car, but it's well worth doing. But I enjoyed the evening meal. You have to pay for the evening meal separately, but yeah, I thought it was good standard. Well, I think, to be honest, I mean, my sister's not as much as a train geek as me, but she also wanted to stay awake, and I kind of get it, but I enjoy being able to sleep as well. Oh, you're with me, King. Oh, there you go. Oh, I can tell my friend that, because I've got a friend who thinks I'm highly unusual for not liking beans. For me, they just spill out all over the plate, and I just can't get my head around it at all. So he says that I'm the only person who doesn't like beans on the breakfast. Well, I can tell him that there is people. Oh, I've not heard about that, actually, Amaze Days. I've missed that one. Now, are we signalled into the platform? That sounds incredible, actually. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think, King. I shall have to remember that to tell me mate. Ah, right, that's interesting, yeah. So that's kind of concrete, is it? That's in place, is it, the deal to do that? And then presumably they're going to be in service over the next few years, I suppose. So we are coming into the terminus platform here, so let's try and remember not to hit the buffer stops. Oh, actually the stock car marker's way before, isn't it? We had a look around.
1904 West Midlands Railway service to Wolverhampton, calling at Wolverhampton only. The train at platform 5.
Yeah, we need to get
Wolverhampton only. Will passengers intending to travel on this service please join the train now, as it is ready to leave. Platform 5. For the 1904 West Midlands Railway service to Wolverhampton, which is ready to leave. The next train to arrive at platform 2 will be the 1940 cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly. Wolverhampton, Stafford, Stoke-on-Trent, Macclesfield, Stockport and Manchester Piccadilly. Platform 2 for the 1940 cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly. The next train to arrive at platform 1.
Yeah, we just need with the announcements now. We desperately need, as a kind of a core fix, and whether they've got any intentions of doing this, DTG, I don't know, but we really need this train terminates here rather than this train is for Wolverhampton only. It's, that needs sorting. Hopefully they will do that. But yeah, that just shows quite interesting to do those stoppers. Again, takes a bit of practice in terms of getting your train stopped at the right place. But it's a really interesting section. But yeah, look forward to that. Yeah, Eurostore's double-decker trains. Must try and have a look at that, actually. I might make a note of that. But, very interesting. So I know it may say your game crashed. I don't know if anybody else managed to do the journey as well on that, but I got 6907 as my score on that. So we are, I think we're roughly about half time, aren't we? Yeah, 7 o'clock, so that works out quite nicely. Completely agree, Peter. For somebody who talks endlessly and incessantly and talks the rubbish that I talk, then it's quite difficult. It's even worse when you're doing the 350 because you've got all the see it sorted and all that malarkey. So the announcer never stops speaking. Ah, right, okay. Right. Oh, excellent, Brian. Yeah, well, thanks for joining us in that run. So I'm slightly ahead of you there, but again, it's quite tricky, isn't it? Those stopping services. I mean, I was a bit behind time as well, so to drive that accurately, like a real driver would, is really challenging. But yeah, thanks for joining in on that. That's massively appreciated. So we're kind of at half time, so I'll stick another advert break in, and I'll just go make myself a coffee. I can't remember if I've got any more of those caramel lattes in. I'll have a look in a sec. So I'll be back in a sec. Yeah, I'm a bit cynical about that, Peter, I have to say, to be honest. But anyway, be back in a sec, back after the break. Welcome back. Yeah, I probably Brian's probably gone by now. Thanks for watching us anyway. Really appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you again next time. Now, what it is, to be honest with you, I think it's the USB extension. I've started noticing that over the last few days, so I don't know whether it just needs unplugging and plugging back in again. I don't think it's the actual PC, but it's something that has been doing that over the last couple of weeks. So I'll have to figure out what it is. But yeah, you're definitely right. There is something funny going on. But yeah, I can hear that continuously myself, that clicking sound. I mean, I suppose the thing is, when the game's running, you probably can't hear it too much in the background. But I've got one of those microphones installed that it's not just capturing the voice; it captures everything else that's going on in the room. I've lost me sheet now. Where's me? Where is me sheet? What's next? Oh, wait a minute, it's hiding underneath my keyboard. Yeah, so we're now going to do a 220 now. So I think it's 1 Hotel 14, and it's the 0650. So again, we'll do it in the summer, perhaps. We'll say August this time, I think. And then it's New Street to Crewe. Because there's only something like one train in each direction in the timetable that does the full journey. Most of the trains after Stafford go towards Stoke, and then Macclesfield, Stockport and Manchester Piccadilly, but there's just a regular one in each direction that goes to through to Crewe. Yeah, I'll have to have a look. It's only something that's happened in the last couple of weeks, oddly. So I don't quite know what's going on. I could have actually faded down the time to the microphone when I went off to make me. Yeah, well, hopefully so, Mace Tage. Yeah, fingers crossed on that. So we'll see how we go on after our 2 runs, whether there's any time for any sort of bonus run, but make a note of that, actually, King, because it's one of those things that I wouldn't know about. Noise gate, tab, that could reduce low dB frequencies. Imagine that might be in the, do you mean in like OBS Studio, or maybe, I don't know. Really, I'm hoping to get down to why the noise is happening more than anything. Remember to get a daylight headlight markers on. Yes, indeed, Peter. And the good thing is that unlike the one that I picked out, unlike the one that I picked out on the other day, it's not pointing. It's not stuck out of the station either. So I don't know whether that was just a particularly weird train I selected on Thursday night. But it is a two stuck together as well, so that's slightly annoying with that. You kind of got to be keep to the ground level, otherwise you run the risk of going above the roof. I was done it again. Anyway, you get the idea. There's two of them going on there. Right, I'll have a look at that, King. Yeah. And also play about. I mean, I've got this funny feeling it might just be the USB that needs to be unplugged and plugged back in. I'm hoping it's actually causing the noise in the first place. Right, so lock the doors.
The next station is Wolverhampton. This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly.
Now, we are still red there, aren't we? So we're waiting for something. Yeah, it's definitely red, isn't it? Didn't realise as well, but there's a button on here, isn't there, where you could actually, yeah, contact signaller. Yeah, denied, waiting for signal to change. So we'll do that. I think this is basically the same as the Birmingham Cross City line. That's the signalling centre, isn't it? Oh, it's probably this thing that we're waiting for come in. It's probably possibly blocking our path. There we go. We've got a trio of voyages if you include our own one. So that's come off the line from Cheltenham Spa, Bromsgrove, on towards Birmingham New Street. Bristol Parkway probably before that. Yeah, it's lovely seeing Birmingham New Street so busy though, isn't it? This is how it should be, and we've seen Josh's brilliant mod with the Cross City Line 2019 timetable. Ah, there we go. So now we've got a green. Are we in forward? I can't remember. Yeah, I mean, my memories of voyages generally have been not... I'm speeding straight away here. Come on, concentrate. I've not got great memories of riding on voyages in real life. I don't know whether they've settled down a bit now that you generally get longer units, but more often than not they seem to have been rammed. Oh, excellent, Brian. Oh, that's a nice little bonus, isn't it? You've got more time than you knew. I absolutely love the sounds on this thing. I think the rattling over the points. Okay, it's very, very bouncy, but I just love driving it. And I suspect it's one of those things I actually enjoy driving it more on the train game than I wouldn't necessarily ride on in real life. I mean, the last time I went to a diesel gala actually on the, I forgot what it's called now, but there's a heritage railway at Cheltenham, and I kind of rejected the Voyager and went on, managed to get a HSD service down to Cheltenham Spa, so of course that's not an option nowadays. There you go. So there are still some clocks that need resetting. Right, that's interesting. I thought this was a double length Voyager, so presumably the one that was behind us wasn't coupled up, and we're now only 4 car set going northbound to Manchester Piccadilly. Very good, Peter. Yeah, absolutely right, Amaze Taze. It's very, very strange, to be honest. I mean, I just hope he's fitting well, and he's not. It's not for health reasons that he's left us. But yeah, it's very strange because he was really, really interested and engaged and active with the stream and everything else, and then. And that was even, I mean, it's only a few weeks ago relatively, because when Train Sim World 6 was announced, he was there when we did that video on the night of the release announcement night, and he was there for a good couple of weeks after that. I mean, it was kind of weird, but he always said he was very interested in London Underground, but it seemed as though when we chatted about the idea of him going on the Heritage Line, that seemed to put the kibosh on it. But yeah, very shame. Yeah, who winds the clocks back nowadays, Peter? It's nice to see this route in the summer as well. So it's it's been lovely seeing the autumnal views as well, but it's particularly nice operating it in the summer. Yeah, it's very weird, and as I say, I'm obviously making the assumption that he's still fit and well, but. I mean, he'd said himself before that he was, he really, really wanted to go on that. Yeah, I must give that a go at some point, and I mean, that's probably one I'll try not on the stream, but yeah, I'd be interested to see the lighting. I mean, you could just see all the bridge work there around by the canal here as well. And I just can't, in a way, I'm surprised that the complexity that's involved with building this, and to do all this in 9 months is incredible. It all started off with a screenshot that everybody knew was Crewe back in April, I think it was. Yeah, 4-car is just not enough, is it? I mean, I've seen quite a few at Stoke, I'm sure, when I've been waiting, that have been, you know, it's kind of been like sometimes it's been 9-car, I think, hasn't it? Because are the 221s sometimes 5? Are the 221s 5-car? That's Samuel and Dudley. Oh, excellent, Amaze. Yeah, I must definitely give that a run. But I'm just really excited about the potential that they have, and oh. Speeding. There we go. That's knocked me points off there. I mean, it's like I said, you know, given the choice, I'm not like overly thinking we've got to have the 221, we've got to have the 221, because it's kind of close enough to be realistic, and you know, rather than have a 220 221 combination, then I'd sooner just have a two lots of 220. It'd be nice to have, and I'm sure it's something that might come in at some point. But yeah, really excited about what All Aboard Studios can come up with for the future, because as you say, for a debut route, this is absolutely incredible. I mean, I'm intrigued really, because I mean, Crewe itself is just such a huge station building to knock up in its own right. So, you know, I'm wondering who actually built the station model, and you know, was it something silly like they were intending to use it for the Alan Thompson route, but essentially I don't understand about ownership and all that sort of stuff, but maybe Alan Thompson never actually owned the Crewe model, and or it was handed over or something like that. I really don't know. But you know, kind of wondering whether work started on that way before it, way before All Aboard Studios came in. I'm also intrigued to know as well whether the Crewe that's on the Just Trains route, I'm speeding again. I think this is a win for you, Amaze Taze. I'm intrigued to know whether the Just Trains Crewe model's going to be essentially a little bit of a collaboration between the two. And I noticed Tom did say on one of the videos that he mentioned the fact that the mail depot used to be in where the new car park was in, so I presume we're going to get that. Ah, no, I haven't, Josh. Oh, I might have a look at that. Interesting. Yeah, that's kind of, in a very, very long-winded, ham-fisted way in explaining it, that's kind of something along those lines is what I was thinking. Because we know for a fact that Alan Thompson, their route was intended to be Crewe to Manchester Piccadilly, and I think actually when it came out for the consoles, I think it was even advertised briefly, probably not now, but it was briefly advertised as Crewe to Manchester. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, you kind of get that feeling, don't you, with the catenary placement. And I mean, the catenary on the OHLE is pretty decent on West Coast Mainline South, but it's nothing remotely anywhere near this standard. You look at the sort of the double track sections with the some of the catenary, it's incredibly well done. But yeah, it does feel very, very similar to what we get with the Manchester Airport commuter route. You can kind of tell that the same person was involved. I mean, if that's the case of Mace Tays, then you know, I would be one happy man, because we're just begging out for being able to do Manchester Piccadilly to Birmingham New Street. And okay, I'm still going to be moaning about the fact that you can't go via Stoke, but I'd be quite happy to go via Wilmslow. We'd see things like Jodrell Bank included. Nicely gliding up to the, well, I'm gliding up to the 30, but then I've got to be conscious that the 15 mile an hour is just behind it. Well, very often. You've been quite often pretty spot on.
Wolverhampton.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Oh, got that in perfect. I think, to be honest, King, it's just too much to include in one route. And to be fair, it's 53 miles. It takes, you know, an hour to drive from Crewe to Birmingham New Street. I think putting in the Stoke line would have been just too much to include. Yeah, I know what you mean, Peter, but I do like to see it, and I think it's partly because of where I live. And I mean, I grew up, as I say on the description on the channel, but I can remember that was my first sight to the railway, really, looking down onto the West Coast Main Line in my pushchair had seen the OHLE and the trains coming in and out of Stoke, and it's just, for me, it's hard to believe that the West Coast Main Line was ever in a situation where it didn't have OHLE. So I'm sort of well used to OHLE. It just seems strange with routes where it doesn't have it.
This is Wolverhampton. This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly. The next station is Stafford.
I know we've seen Wolverhampton already a few times today, but it's grand.
Cross-country service to Bristol Temple Meads. Platform 1 for the 0710 cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly. Calling at Stafford, Crewe, Wilmslow, Stockport and Manchester Piccadilly. The train at platform 1 is the 0710 cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly. Calling at Stafford, Crewe, Wilmslow, Stockport and Manchester Piccadilly. Passengers intending to travel on this service
Yeah, well, hopefully, King, that will come at some point in the future. Yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it? You've grown up with Kit Henry as well. Good evening, Seb. Yeah, hope you're well. Well, there you go. That you see, that shows you're just a bit older than me. Although, I suppose technically, when I was born, I think they would have been still operating diesel trains north of Crewe, but it's kind of before my memories. There we go. We got that Bristol Temple Mead service, isn't it, coming in, that we heard them announce on the station. Yeah, hope you're well, Seb, and thanks for joining us as ever for our Sunday night extravaganza. Oh, excellent, Seb. Wow. Well, we've had quite a all over the country feel, and all over the world in a little bit. We've had Zachary, who's on holiday in America and about to go to Mexico and to Australia, and we've had Oscar, who's been in Newbury, and might still be in Newbury, and we have Seb, who's in London. So you enjoyed watching the trains in and around London, I presume. I think actually this particular service is still in operation that goes via Crewe, and if I'm slightly running late for work, I've seen it come past me a couple of times, but I don't think it actually stops at Wilmslow in the current timetable. But it'd be a really good one if we could have that joined up timetable with the ATS route. Yeah, I've seen the pictures, Peter, and that was kind of there primary use, wasn't it, at first, to go northbound over Shap and Beatock. Of course, they were built for 100-mile-an-hour running, weren't they? So it carried on the kind of the fast service that they'd started with the electrics out of Euston. Then I think when they were used on the Great Western Main Line, they were in a fairly run-down state, weren't they? Which is why they had that big refurbishment. We got the large logo livery, but there was obviously a lot of refurbishment that went on, and they were used for quite a while. Yeah, it's nice, this, and I'll be honest, if it hadn't been mentioned in the stream, I might have been questioning whether this was right as a non-tilting train, but this is a section where you can actually go 125 on the Voyager, which is brilliant. Wow, that sounds interesting, Brian. Yeah, holiday special from Dundee to Blackpool, running via the Settle to Carlisle line due to West Coast Main Line electrification to Glasgow. Yeah, but that would have been interesting. I mean, I vaguely remember as well, but I think back in the 70s, British Rail used to do mystery trips where you were most likely going to end up somewhere at the seaside, but you didn't know where you were going to go, and I think we went on a couple of those. And I'm sure I've heard Chris Green say somewhere that they were very popular, but the only problem is occasionally they had to refund people because it was taking them to the place where they actually lived. But you can't imagine people actually standing for the idea of mystery trips these days. It's so sort of out of sync with modern life. Yeah, absolutely, and the fact that they had to have them double-headed to get them over Shap and Beatock, didn't they? Which I can imagine was quite a sight. Then, of course, once the HSTs were introduced, they were kind of in that quandary of what to do with them, and then they started using them out of Paddington, didn't they, on the Great Western. Yeah, again, it's not kind of something I remember in reality, but I've seen plenty of pictures and old videos over the Settle at Carlisle. Now, the weird thing was, British Rail wanted to close the Settle at Carlisle line, and they decided that the cost of bringing the viaduct up to scratch was very, very expensive. They come up with this ridiculous cost, and they had a plan to close the line, and then independent experts came in and said they were massively overestimating what the cost should be. All right, never knew that, Peter. Yeah, that's interesting. I just assumed it was necessary to, from a weight point of view. I mean, I think we mentioned this when we were doing the live stream on driving this train, but I think there's that thing about Totnes where here's Penkridge. Apparently all the engines aren't on full power, then you can kind of you have to avoid the stops so as you negotiate the climbs. But you kind of understand why we've got 120 mile an hour clearance, because it's 125 and this section is long and straight. I think I mentioned it earlier, but I think old Vern was saying in the forums, the only trouble about this section is it's a bit boring. It's flat, the North Midlands, but well, you can't really criticise something for being accurate for what it is in real life. But this is pretty much the only time of the game that I've been able to run the Voyager at full speed. Yeah, I think somebody actually asked him. Somebody else has caught up on this thing, and I think he said basically he's past the time. He says he won't be able to claim a refund on it now. He certainly does keep us entertained though on the forums. I have to say, and he's always got a comment to make about things that are coming out. Right, so we can see the signals, can't we? So I think we're red into Stafford, aren't we? So that should be okay. Yeah, I think that's the case in lots of things with him, really, and clearly he's got, you know, a real love of railways, and I think, you know, like all of us, he just wants to see some accuracy.
We are now approaching Stafford.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
So we obviously didn't stop at Stafford, did we, coming in, because we were on a non-stop Pendolino between Crewe and Wolverhampton. I don't think that's a thing now. I think the Crewe to Birmingham New Street Pendolinos all stop at Stafford. But again, this is based on the 2019 timetable. I mean, if you've been an absolute stickler for accuracy, as Josh will tell you, 2019, these wouldn't have been Avanti West Coast livery trains, but oh, definitely right, yeah, definitely right, Mace Taze.
This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly. The next station is Crewe.
The thing for me personally is
Manchester Piccadilly.
Oh, hang on. The thing for me personally is I mind. Well, I wouldn't say I don't mind the excuses, but I wish they'd be a bit more honest and transparent about things, because they almost treat some of these issues and bugs as though they're like complete surprise to them. That it's a complete shock when they do the preview stream and something doesn't work. You know, surely, unless they're so poor with the testing and they don't collaborate with the people doing the route in any way, shape or form, then surely some of these things are known. You get a hint of the part land in the background there. Oh, absolutely right. And I think it's added in to the fact that now, not only are we getting, sorry sir, not only are we getting routes done to this standard, but we've got all this amazing stock to go with it as well. I mean, when, you know, we've had routes in the past, and, you know, we talked about Birmingham New Street being empty, but it was the same with the Manchester Piccadilly to Glossop and Hadfield route. Absolutely lovely, but basically you got the 323 and the occasional 158 coming through and the occasional freight coming through.
The next station is Crewe. This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, we've said it before, but sometimes you almost feel as though there are people that have got better knowledge on how to handle the game. I mean, Timetable's a classic example. I mean, Josh absolutely knocks spots off what DTG could do, and okay, they're getting there, but Forks was the kind of the original Timetable genius. Okay, they had Joe, who was brilliant, but there were like loads of rubbish timetables that came out for ages. And you're at the stage now is I don't really know what DTG are actually producing themselves, because there is a lot of third party stuff, isn't there? Right, now we can get some speed up. Good to hear the motors whirring away. I mean, I was really worried about what the Voyager would sound like in the game when Riviera Line came out, but the original motors that they put in, and then the mod that's available, absolutely lovely. Yeah, definitely. Maybe they're learning slowly, because we know that, like with Forks, that they have started to use him, certainly for the West Coast Main Line timetables anyway. So it's about time. Right, I see. I did wonder about that. It seemed a bit strange that God Mode was still not functioning properly. Oh, you can't quite see it there, but on that motorway bridge again, you could see the speed boards were up there for that managed motorway thing with the displays, and then there's proper signs and stuff as well. We're not going to get down to 40, are we here?
Oh, I'm lucky. I am incredibly lucky. Every temporary speed limit is that same distance, isn't it? We need that to be, you know, much longer in places. There's some incredibly talented people out there that have worked for free and have done some amazing stuff. So it's about time that DTG approach some of these people, and maybe they have in some ways, I don't know, but amazing knowledge and talent that they have. Yeah, and I'm still, I'm sure it was on one of the updates that they'd fixed the fact that you don't get no speed board on the approach to the temporary speed limit, but it doesn't seem to be ever put in. I haven't seen it yet on the Riviera line, and I haven't seen it on here. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what new routes come out next year. And you know, we know that Just Trains Preston to Crewe's coming out hopefully this year, but beyond that we don't really know route wise what anything that's coming out for next year yet. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, isn't it? So you kind of need the magnets putting in and the sound for the AWS. Never quite work out how I managed to get the speed down to 40 then. It was more luck than judgment, I think it's fair to say. Yeah, I've got a suspicion that this particular service in real life is slightly further on, because I think it passes Stableford, of which we're not far off from here, just after about 8 o'clock in the current timetable. I like that, the idea though. Move to Wigan. Yeah, I mean, it certainly seems that way when they do the streams, doesn't it? You know, a lot of them are already a base to tone. I think we've got a live stream of Harry and ghost stories or something coming up in the week. Love these bridges though. I mean, there, you know, you've got the square bridge, you've got the roundy bridge. Just incredible detail. Yeah, I was thinking the same, to be honest. Again, she's an ideal character to cover up and you know, not go into detail about all these little mistakes with, you know, obviously quite an interesting person, but sometimes you could say no more. I've lost a bit of speed here, haven't I? We are climbing uphill. So it's this bridge here, that's where, or is it that one? Yeah, it's that one. That's the one where, when I filmed the 86 coming through, I was on the field just on the left. It is actually a public footpath, that bridge, that goes over the main line. Wait a minute, no, sorry, it's this one here, it's this bridge coming up. So that's where I was in the field. You've got the caravan park on the left, and then this is Stableford, and there used to be a pub called the Cock Inn on the left, but it's now an apartment. It's still the same building, but it's been turned into apartment blocks, flats, I think. Maybe I'd got one or two mods too many installed for the Pride train, because I seem to see it now, but at least it's back to being perhaps once in the journey, whereas when I was running it the other night, it seemed as though it was on every train. But this here coming up is Whitmore, and this was where me and my father first saw the APT coming through. It was a brilliant spot because we sat, there used to be a little ledge left of here on the station, and we saw the APT bending, tilting as it came in, and then it disappeared round this bend round here and saw it tilted away. So it was an incredible sight. And then it's pretty much straight now between here and Crewe through Madeley. Need to put my foot down here. I've slowed down right down, haven't I? We should be 110. Yeah, enjoying seeing this route in summertime conditions, and again it looks absolutely gorgeous. But I'm kind of again assuming that whatever route announcements come out maybe at Christmas, or we're probably not going to see them till springtime, are we? I'm guessing, and maybe we might get a couple of routes coming out around springtime. I take it that, I mean, we don't really know, but you kind of wonder whether the All Aboard Studios team might, I suppose they're probably all working flat out on the 805 unless it's already been finished. But you know, I suppose there's a few fixes to do on this, and then perhaps a bit of a rest, and then onto the next route. Good point about the freights, though. We haven't seen a single freight in the entire journey, have we? And I know that in reality there's freights absolutely hurtling up and down this line all the time, all day long. Okay, I'm saying we've reduced the amount of times the Pride train keeps coming through, but at least we are getting some Avanti ones occasionally. I must have more than one mod installed of that. Ah, right, excellent. Yeah, excellent. And again, I know there's limits to what you put into the timetables, but it'd be quite nice to see, particularly this end of the route. And I think this is the first time that I've actually come into Crewe from this direction, because on Thursday I did the 350 southbound, and we've already done the Pendolino southbound, and then the Voyager I did only as far as Stafford, didn't I? So this is the first time I've gone this far heading northbound towards Crewe. Again, it's an interesting little bit of speed. You're coming down to 80, but then very shortly afterwards you've got a 20. So again, it's just judging it to perfection, really. I've certainly been held on trains coming into Crewe outside here many times. So we're signalled into platform 5. Probably being a bit too heavy on the brakes. So the 20 is literally not till just before the platforms, isn't it? There's nothing stopping us having a 170 really, and for the Stoke services, because obviously we've got the 170 in the game, but we just need one in East Midlands Railway. I suppose that's the problem, they haven't got the franchise, have they, for East Midlands Railway? They've kind of gone for the old East Midlands train.
We are now approaching Crewe.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
That's the old signal box there as well. The Locomotive Service Limited stuff, which we're going to be driving in a minute. Yeah, so we're taking platform 5 because of course we are heading off, or the real service will be heading off to the right towards Wilmslow and Manchester Piccadilly. I just can't get enough of coming into Crewe station like this. It just looks so utterly, absolutely fantastic.
This is Crewe. This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly.
Ah, that sounds good, May says. I mean, there's a couple of times when I've been over the speed limit quite a bit there, so I haven't got masses of confidence, to be honest. 16.244 sounds a good score. We don't get to see here. Hang on, let me just see with the. No, it doesn't work. We obviously haven't got the APT in there, but it's kind of fair enough, really. I mean, it's not intended to be that part of the route included. Ah, okay. Oh, well, be interested then. Let's see. We'll see in a minute. I know, that's the trouble, isn't it? I love the rust as well on the paintwork there. I mean, that in itself is a absolute amazing feature. Nah, there you go, mate. Well done. Yeah, 15.936. I'm a good couple of 100 points off the mark there. So speeding 4.55. That's quite a lot knocked off. An accuracy bonus there, but yeah, well done. So that's 2-0 to you, and well played. But yeah, again, very much enjoyed that. All right, so yeah, I'm just having a look at the Discord channel. Yeah, Josh was saying, I wonder if we could add a screenshot channel, perhaps. I will have a look at that. Yeah, let us know if anybody else did the route and the scores of that journey. But that was a great one. I know Brian was doing the journeys, but I think this was a bonus run after his, or a bonus look at the stream after him not realising about the clock change. So let us know. Just one very quick advert break, and then we'll be back for the next bit. Ah, right, okay. Have we got, is there Formula 1 on tonight? Yeah, it's interesting actually. I've noticed before that the Formula 1 definitely seems to make a difference in terms of viewing figures on the channel overall. Well, exactly, Peter. Yeah, that would be good. And loving the fact that other people are doing these runs. And I mean, Amaze Taze has been doing the same runs for many, many months. It's taken quite a long time before other people have doing them. I know Seb enjoys doing them on the routes that he owns as well. So it's great to see. Ah, okay, yeah. Yeah, it definitely seems to make a difference on viewing figures, I have to say. Right, so what have we got left? So we've got a Class 87 run now. So 1Z99, I believe. Crewe to Birmingham New Street. Actually, I know which one I'm going to do. I'm going to do the Creators Club one, because this is the proper, it's got the swallow livery in. So we're back into autumn. Ah, excellent. But yeah, there definitely seems to be a crossover, the interest in the Formula One and the trains. There's a lot of people here who I think enjoy both. So I quite like it when we don't have Formula One, to be honest. So here we go. So got Royal Sovereign 87002. I think it's slightly out the Intercity branding, but we've got the proper swallow there. It looks very nice anyway. This is a reskin of Creators Club. And if Rachel's still watching us, then I hope very much this is will be something she will enjoy, because this is the trains that she used to operate. Oh yeah, wait a minute, I've got to do me doodahs, haven't I? Good thing is I can always remember where this one is, because it's on the very end. That's not so difficult one to remember. We need to do a bit up here as well. Ah, good evening, Oscar. Well, we were talking about you a bit back. Ew, that doesn't sound good. Ah, excellent, Rachel. Well, let me just come out of the game a sec. So let me know if it's come back, or whether I need to kind of restart it or something. Ah, good to know you're still here, Rachel. Yeah, well, hopefully if we can get this running properly, then we should be all right. Is it since I pressed the advert thing, I wonder? But even so, that should be off now. Right. Ah, right. Okay. Yeah. So that seems to be fairly universal, doesn't it? That's strange, isn't it? Black TSW loading screen. Ew. That's bizarre. That's very strange. Right, there we go then. Yeah, well, I've had enough to say that it's not working, is it? So I'll tell you what, let me end this particular stream then, and then I'll open up a new one, and then hopefully we'll be okay. So let me just, so I'll close it down, and then we'll be back. Right, okay, yeah, there we go, yeah. Let's end it then. So just reconnect, obviously, however you normally would connect. But I'm going to end this particular stream completely. I don't know. It is weird that when I clicked on Discord, there it went. It's the only time. All right, thanks for joining us anyway, Brian. I've missed out on your score actually. Yeah, agree with you. Yeah, it's difficult. Amaze Tays, I think, won overall on that, but I was a bit behind as well. Yeah, I've just out of interest, I've just closed my Discord, but I take it you've still got a black screen, have you? But yeah, well played anyway. Thanks for joining us. And again, as ever, really enjoyed your company. So just one last chat with you that you've still got a black screen. Right, okay, that's fine. Yeah. So let me just end the stream then, and we'll be back in a second. So rejoin me if you can in a moment.